Hey, this is Michael from New Hunter Church of Christ. How's everybody doing this morning? I gotta share the story with you. And I know of a person right now who's going to middle school that is so caught up in having a kid that she's willing to get herself possibly raped to do so. If you know anybody that's like this, you need to let their parents know immediately. Talk to her parents or talk to their parents and really let them know. They have a great program in the county that's through social services where they allow you to have this realistic like baby. And what it'll do is do everything like a baby does. And you have it for about 2 weeks. You know, sometimes if you don't have that kind of baby, you can always get a bag of flour and treat it like it's your baby. And after you do that for 2 weeks, a lot of times that fantasy of having a child will go away. Because some people get so caught up in having babies that they behave so recklessly and so irresponsibly that they want to have a kid. And then all of a sudden they have a kid when yet they're not ready to have a kid because they're a kid themselves. You see? And that you can't give up that kid once that baby starts crying for diaper change and feedings, you know, every 45 minutes or less, and whatever else they need. You can't give it up to someone or your mom. Even though your mom might be there or your dad might be there, really that's your child that you should be raising, not your parents. But you see, there's a lot of teenagers out here who get pregnant when they're not fully ready or grown and responsible to have a kid themselves because they're still a kid. So then the parents end up having to take care of that child. And not only that, or something worse happens, the teenager that wants to have could be raped because the way they're going about sending nudity pictures and texting. Do you realize when you send text messages over the internet that someone can get those pictures other than the person who you're sending them to? Do you realize that? So it's so important to understand the real facts and dangers of what's going on here. Someone needs to let her mom know or let the person's parents know immediately of what's going on. Okay? Because that could really get her in a whole lot of trouble. And yes, she may hate you for doing that, but I tell you what, you possibly have saved her life and may help her to get the help that she needs. Because nobody should be having babies when yet they're not ready to have babies themselves because they're still not fully grown or an adult yet. And that's why you don't have babies when you're a teenager. See? And even though it sounds like a fantasy and sounds cute, and babies are cute, and they're nice, but they're a lot of work. And when you have them all the time, you're not going to think they're always so cute all the time, even though they are, when you're not a grown person yourself. And then by the time you have the child, the pretty baby, you have it all the time, you're going to be so tired of that kid that you're not going to have time to go out to be with your friends, to go out and party, and do the things that you normally do that teenagers like to do, because that'll be all taken away. See, and this is the stuff that people don't think about. So I want to warn you, if you know any teenager out here that is like this today or tonight, please let their parents know what's going on immediately. Their life could be in danger. They may hate you for it, but I tell you what, you just saved that person's life. And maybe later on they'll realize that. If they don't, well, you'll go your separate ways. But at least their life will be spared from being raped or even worse. This is Michael DeSilva from New Hunter Church of Christ. We care about teenagers. We care about all people. And this stuff that's going on with sending nudity pictures and acting sort of like a girl should not act because they're improper, because of things that are going on because they want attention. That's not the right way on how to get it. Or the proper way on how to get it, at least from the right kinds of people. When you do those kinds of things, that's not the way to go about it. So please tell her parents. Let their parents know what's going on. I think that's very good advice. And I think you need to do that. And don't be ashamed or feel bad for doing so. This is Michael DeSilva. Take care. New Hunter Church of Christ. Hope this helps somebody out there, because I care about you. Take care.